Also coming up this morning, 2 suspects arrested after a father from Woodbridge went missing last month. We'll tell you what we know this morning.
Plus a completed report, but no suspect. What's next after the 8-month investigation into who leaked the controversial Supreme Court decision overturning Roe v. Wade?
And one man arrested in connection to last week's Metrobus shooting that injured 2 children is in court today. The latest on that case.
The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
All right, good Friday morning to you. Thanks for joining us. I'm Corey James.
Good morning. I'm Tanaya Wright. We're going to start you off with a live look outside this morning. We do want to get right to meteorologist Jackie Layer for a check on the forecast. And Jackie, it is foggy in some spots.
Yeah, we're tracking some patchy dense fog for parts of the region. We're still down to about a mile or less in Manassas, 6 in the district, 1 in Annapolis, 5 in Lexington Park. So as you're heading out this morning, be cautious. Take it a little bit on the slower side. Satellite radar shows us that at least we're tracking mainly dry conditions in comparison to what we saw yesterday. But we are starting to notice a few snow showers breaking out towards parts of western Garrett County. We do have wind advisories, though. Those are issued until 4 p.m. this afternoon. That's for western Maryland, parts of West Virginia, even right along the Blue Ridge in the parts of Virginia. Because he gusts out that way under that wind advisory, right around 50 miles per hour. But look at these wind gusts now. We just jumped up to at least a 60-mile-per-hour gust in Kaiser, though. Otherwise, we're looking at many of us with gusts 25, even closer to 35 miles per hour right along the I-81 corridor, closer towards the district. It is breezy, but not quite as strong as farther off towards the north and west. Sustained winds, those are topping out nearing 40 miles per hour in Kaiser. But otherwise, we're looking at mainly the sustained winds between 5 and closer to 20 miles per hour, really dependent on location. Temperatures right now starting off into the 40s for your Friday morning, and later on today, we'll see those highs mid-upper 40s for much of the region, but with that gusty wind, it'll make it feel colder. I'll have more details coming up, but Shanika's here with a look at the roadways. How's it looking on this Friday morning?
All right, well, heads up, be careful out there in the roadways. It's looking pretty good, but, you know, with the fog and the slick road conditions, it can get a little tricky. We're looking at College Park, inner and outer loop right near Route 1, all very clear. Now, taking a look at the other side of the Beltway where you could barely see over the Woodrow Wilson Bridge, but I can tell you, you're not seeing any traffic out there. We do have this road closure because of a crash on GW Parkway. Watch for that. Heading northbound, right between the Key Bridge and Spout Run Parkway.
Thank you, Shanika. Your time right now is 6:02 on a Friday.
Let's take a look at your top headlines on this Friday morning. Heading to court, the man arrested in connection with last week's shooting near Metrobus is expected to appear before a judge today. Now, a man and 2 kids, a 6-year-old girl and a 9-year-old boy, were injured. No word on their current condition. Alex Forrest is live this morning with where the investigation stands this morning and what is likely to happen in court.
Developing this morning, one person is dead following a shooting in Northeast D.C. Police say this happened just before 6 o'clock last night on Minnesota Avenue, right near Benning Road. Police say this is an active investigation. We will, of course, bring you more information when it comes into our newsroom. And this morning, at least one person is in the hospital after a shooter began firing inside a Walmart in Evansville, Indiana. Police say their officers exchanged fire with the suspect, who was then shot and killed. Officers are still searching for victims and witnesses. And prosecutors in New Mexico say they will charge actor Alec Baldwin and Hannah Gutierrez-Reed with involuntary manslaughter after a crew member was shot and killed on the set of the movie Rust last year. Both Baldwin and Gutierrez-Reed could face 18 months in jail.
And lastly, anti-government protests in Peru's capital city of Lima sparked a massive fire last night. Earlier yesterday, 13 people were taken to the hospital with injuries after clashes between protesters and police. Protests began in the country late last year. The demonstration started after the former president was impeached and arrested for attempting to dissolve Congress. And your time right now was 6:04. Happening this morning, the man arrested in connection to a Metrobus shooting that injured 3 people, including 2 kids, is expected back in court today. DC News Now's Lex Warris is live outside the courthouse this morning. And Lex, the investigation into his charges tells us more about the moments leading up to the shooting.
Yeah, Corey, that's right. Actually, these court documents tell us that a gang fight may have been what led to those 3 bystanders being shot. Now, when you take a look at those documents, you know, Stephen Perdomo, who is the man charged with assault in this case, he was part of a fight on the bus just before it stopped at 14th Street and Fort Stevens Drive. Now, investigators believe that Perdomo was trying to help another person who was being jumped on his way home from school. Now, according to police, that person said that the attackers were were members of the 18th Street gang. Now, as the fight continued off the bus, police believe Perdomo stabbed one of the people that he was fighting, and then the shooting started. And of course, as we know, one man, a 6-year-old girl, and a 9-year-old boy were all innocent bystanders who were shot once that shooting started. Right now, Perdomo is only being charged with 1 count of assault with a deadly weapon. Police are still looking for 2 other suspects in this incident. As for Perdomo, he will or is scheduled to be in court today at 10:30. Live in Washington, I'm Lex Suarez, DC News Now.
All right, Lex, thank you. New this morning, we have the latest developments in the case of a missing Northern Virginia father. Police are now saying 20-year-old Jose Guerrero was murdered. Guerrero's family members in Woodbridge reported him missing nearly a month ago. Police tell us their investigation revealed he was stabbed multiple times during a drug deal. Now, 2 people have been arrested, 19-year-old Olvin Argueta Ramirez and a 17-year-old who is not being named because of his age. According to investigators, they drove Guerrero's body to Prince George's County, where he was then dumped. Both suspects are facing robbery and murder charges.
And after an 8-month-long investigation, the Supreme Court says it cannot identify who leaked the Dobbs draft opinion last year. While this landmark opinion overturned Roe v. Wade, investigators could not pinpoint the source of the Dobbs draft. According to the report, 80 people had access to it, and a total of 96 people were interviewed. The report also says it does not look like the court's IT system was hacked.
Going forward, we know that there are, going to be landmark decisions in the future. And I think this probably impacted how the security around those decisions and those draft decisions is handled going forward.
Investigators are recommending stricter access to sensitive court material.
And happening today, thousands of marchers will fill the streets in downtown D.C. for the annual March for Life. Now, this is the first march from the anti-abortion group since the Supreme Court's decision on Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health Organization. Now, the group says despite that decision to overturn Roe, they will continue annual demonstrations to persuade state and federal lawmakers to legislate against abortion. The March for Life rally starts at noon on the National Mall. Marchers are expected to be out there until 4, and traffic in the area will be impacted. And to help with all of that, Shanika is standing by with what you can do to prepare.
Yeah, there are going to be a few roads impacted out there in D.C. today, northwest specifically. Some on Constitution Avenue near 3rd Street, Constitution Independence Avenue near 14th Street. So do watch for some of those closures, along with 9th, 10th, 12th, 11th, Madison Drive, Jefferson Drive. They'll all be closed. Maryland Avenue, Washington Avenue, 1st Street, and several tunnels will not be accessible. So do make sure you plan ahead when heading out this morning. Here's a list in case I didn't catch all of them. Constitution Avenue, 15th, 3rd Street, 7th Street, Pennsylvania Avenue. Again, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th Streets, they will be closed.
All right, thank you, Shanika. Developing now, prosecutors will charge actor Alec Baldwin and armorer Hannah Gutierrez-Reed with involuntary manslaughter of a cinematographer on a movie set. The October 2021 shooting resulted in the death of Helena Hutchinson. Now, her death was ruled accidental. Baldwin and Gutierrez-Reed face 2 counts of involuntary manslaughter. They could face 18 months in jail. Baldwin's legal team was not aware that he could face criminal charges, but the New Mexico district attorney said, quote, there is sufficient evidence to file criminal charges against Alec Baldwin and other members of the Rust film crew. She also says, quote, on my watch, no one is above the law.
Your time right now is 6:08, closer to home this morning. For the first time since a 6-year-old boy was accused of shooting his teacher in Newport News, Virginia, that child's family now speaking out. In a statement, they said they are praying for the teacher's recovery. The letter also says their son has an acute disability and was under a care plan where his mom or dad went to class with him each day. However, they were not at the school the day of the shooting. They say they will regret that decision for the rest of their lives. And when it comes to guns, the boy's family says in part, quote, our family has been committed to responsible gun ownership and keeping firearms out of the reach of children.
In the district, we continue to follow developments after 13-year-old Karan Blake was shot and killed nearly 2 weeks ago in Northeast. Well, now we're hearing from Mayor Bowser on that shooting and other violent crimes across the district. Our Chris Flanagan spoke with the mayor, along with the editor-in-chief of our partner, The Hill. The conversation was part of a forum on the mayor's winter meeting. We asked the mayor why the D.C. Police Department is not releasing the body camera footage of the night Blake was killed.
No, they won't be releasing it because the investigation is ongoing, and it is important that the police and prosecutors have an opportunity to make that investigation happen. And in the administration of justice, it's important that it continue that way.
Bowser says she believes the case is heading to the grand jury and will ultimately decide if charges will be brought against the shooter. Right now, all we know is that it is a city employee and that person is on a leave of absence. All right, your time right now is 6:10 on a Friday.
Yeah, still ahead this morning on DC News Now, the debate over school resource officers in Alexandria continues this morning. What the board had to say yesterday.
Plus, President Biden responding to more questions about classified documents found in his home and DC office. What you need to know this morning, coming up.
And that dense fog advisory has expired, but right now we're still dealing with some patchy fog to kickstart your Friday morning. Still down about a mile in Manassas, 6 miles of visibility in the district. I'll have more details with a look at your Friday forecast and the weekend coming up. As you're heading out there on your Friday morning, visibility has been reduced for parts of the region. So again, take it slow, be cautious as you're heading out for that commute. We're down to about a mile in Manassas, 6 miles in DC, which is getting a little bit better. We're seeing a little bit of that improvement in the district. We were down to 4 miles within the last hour. Less than a mile in Annapolis, and we've seen Lexington Park holding steady at about 5 miles of visibility over the last hour or so. Satellite and radar showing us drier conditions, many of us, in comparison to yesterday. So any of those rain showers have pushed out. Cold front has cleared the region, so cooler air is moving in, and we're certainly noticing that. Back over towards Garrett County into Maryland, that's where we're seeing a few snow showers breaking out at this point in time. Not only that, we do have some wind advisories to talk about, and that is also for western Maryland, parts of West Virginia, and even right along the Blue Ridge in Virginia. And this is where we could see gusts in excess of 50 miles per hour. Already noticing gusts picking up to right around 60. At least this is the report coming in from Kaiser. So some wind gusts getting close to 50 to 60 back out towards the higher elevations out towards western Maryland, parts of West Virginia. Otherwise, the rest of the area, we're seeing gusts, especially along the I-81 corridor, between 25 to 35 miles per hour. Closer towards the district, those gusts a little bit weaker. In terms of wind speed, sustained wind, we're talking 10, even close to 15 or even 20 miles per hour. And we're certainly noticing it more so back off towards the north and west than closer towards the district. But across the region, we'll see those winds pick up, and it will be quite gusty through our Friday afternoon, making those temperatures feel a little bit colder through the day today. But temperatures out there right now starting off relatively mild. We're into a low to mid 40s out there for your Friday morning. Futurecast showing us a mix of clouds and sunshine for your Friday afternoon. Those high temperatures mid upper 40s. But when you factor in that wind, it will feel a little bit colder than than that. As we get towards later on tonight, temperatures start to peel back as soon as, or as early as just after sunset. Overnight tonight, upper 20s to low 30s, and that's what we'll start off with early tomorrow morning. And then by tomorrow afternoon, low to mid 40s for your Saturday. At least we'll see a mix of sun and clouds. High pressure scoots on by down towards our south and east into early Sunday morning, so we start off dry, but then we'll see increasing cloud cover out ahead of our next system as we get towards later on Sunday. Sunday, though, looks like the first half of the day should be dry. Second half, that's when we'll start to notice some precipitation moving in from our south and west with our next system. Now, with this system and with many of the models, really dependent on location of that system, so we're going to be looking at, I'm thinking, mainly rain showers with this. Farther off towards the north and west, that's where we could see a little bit of that mixing moving in through Sunday later on in the evening. By Monday morning, some early showers, still a few of those snow showers back out towards western Maryland. But overall, we should be seeing drier conditions later in the day. Monday and Tuesday should also be dry as well. So here's a view of the rest of that 7-day outlook. So we're looking at some snow showers back out towards the mountains and western Maryland today. That's at 20% chance on that Friday panel. Partly cloudy out there today as well as tomorrow. A chance for a few rain showers, especially later on in the day Sunday. Then we should be mainly dry Monday, aside from a few early lingering showers. And then mainly cloudy. Partly cloudy Tuesday, and a chance for some more precipitation as we get ahead towards the middle of that next work week. Shanika's here with a look at traffic. How are the roads looking out there this morning?
Well, let's take a look at Maryland, D.C., and Virginia. You're looking good, starting with the Capitol Beltway near Connecticut Avenue. Roadways are slippery. Be careful out there. Taking a look at the Woodrow Wilson Bridge, and you're still not really seeing. There's fog there, so remember, low beams, low speeds. 395 heading northbound. No problems right now. 66 east and west, 95 north and southbound. You're looking great. You might have an issue in Manassas near 28, so I'll keep you updated on that situation there. But over to GW Parkway, heading northbound right between the Key Bridge and Spout Run Parkway. You're still dealing with some congestion. Now, earlier they had some roadways, or lanes rather, shut down. You're looking like you're able to move through. You're just congested there. So watch for that crash there. Overall, though, your Beltway is looking okay. No problems right now, really. You're just looking good through New Carrollton, Glenarden, over to Alexandria, Northern Virginia, and back up to the American Legion Bridge.
All right, thank you, Shanika. Here's a look at what you need to know before you head out the door this morning. First up, President Biden is responding to more questions about classified documents found at his home and D.C. office. The president claimed he is fully cooperating with the investigation, adding, quote, "I think you're going to find there's nothing here." Former Maryland attorney Robert Hur is overseeing the Justice Department's investigation. And after an 8-month investigation, the Supreme Court says it cannot identify who leaked the Dobbs draft opinion last year. According to the report, 80 people had access to the draft, and 96 people in total were interviewed. The March for Life protest is happening in D.C. today for the first time since Roe v. Wade was overturned. Thousands of pro-life protesters will fill downtown D.C. for the annual event. The march will start at noon at the National Mall and end near the Supreme Court at about 4. Streets will be closed to accommodate the event. And 2 men have been arrested in connection to the missing 20-year-old Jose Guerrero. Police now say Guerrero was murdered. Those 2 suspects have been charged with robbery and murder. And in our schools, leaders in Montgomery County coming together to address an alarming trend of young people overdosing from illegal opioids. Police say a 15-year-old MCPS student died from a suspected overdose last weekend, and that is what prompted this latest meeting. A mother who lost her daughter from an overdose in 2020 says prevention is the key to keeping children safe.
Prevention is the name of the game. It starts at home and in our schools. You cannot experiment because everything is laced with fentanyl today, and it will get you sooner or later.
Health officials offered advice to keep parents engaged in their children's lives as well. They told parents to talk to their children, recognize the signs of substance abuse, use language that does not stigmatize or shame, learn how to use Narcan to reverse an overdose, and be a support system to your child. The state attorney did remind parents to make sure their children know about Maryland's Good Samaritan law that provides immunity from prosecution if you call police after someone you are with overdoses.
And turning now to Northern Virginia, the Alexandria School Board is weighing whether or not to continue its relationship with school resource officers. An advisory group recommended SROs stay in the schools, but said SROs will not independently solve safety concerns. They said removing them would send a message to the community that the district does not take school safety seriously. The group wants to adopt new standards like de-escalation training and quarterly evaluations. Now members of the school board and community members are weighing in.
And what I really love is that the recommendation is that the stakeholder group is looking at things beyond policing and SROs, but it's looking at safety a little bit more holistically in our community.
We want to increase the safety of our schools and our community in the long term. And that takes more work than the knee-jerk Band-Aid response of throwing armed officers into the mix and calling it safety.
Right now, the board is discussing the future of SROs. All right, your time right now on this Friday morning is 6:20.
Coming up after the break, changes coming to Metro. That's going to help college students get around town. The new U-Pass next.
But first, a live look outside this morning. You're looking at the city here in the district. Meteorologist Jackie Lair and Shanika Grimshaw will have your forecasts and drive times coming up after the break.
Good morning. Your time now is 6:23 on this Friday morning. We're seeing some visibility issues out there this morning with some fog. Down about 6 miles in D.C., about a mile in Manassas, 5 in Lexington Park. We're less than a mile in Annapolis. But again, we're just seeing some of that patchy fog to kickstart your Friday morning. But later on this afternoon, we'll see a mix of sun and clouds, and that fog will be lifting out over the next couple of hours. Satellite radar shows us many of us are much drier in comparison to what we saw yesterday. Now we're just starting off with a few snow showers, though, back out towards westernmost parts of Maryland. So something to keep in mind as you're heading out. Otherwise, many of us will be dry for the day today. Wind advisories, those have also been issued out towards the westernmost parts of our area. Not only that, the Blue Ridge down towards Virginia. These are those higher elevations where we could see the potential for 50-mile-per-hour gusts. Already noticing reports of at least 60-mile-per-hour gusts in Kaiser at this hour. At least a 40-mile-per-hour gust in Cumberland. Right along the I-81 corridor, those gusts are starting to pick up as well at this hour, between 25 and close to 35 miles per hour right now. Closer to the district, the wind gusts not quite as strong, but we will notice those gusts picking up through the day today, moving across the region. And then as we get towards tomorrow, still breezy, but in terms of the wind gusts today, they'll make it feel a little bit colder than those actual air temperatures. This afternoon, those highs will be into the mid to even upper 40s, but right now temperatures are into low to mid 40s. So really not a big difference in those temperatures through the day. More details again towards the rest of that 7 day coming up. Shanika's here with a look at the roadways. How's traffic on this Friday?
Well, we have problems along the outer loop stretch. That's in Prince George's County. So past this point, right near 450 Annapolis Road, do watch for delays. And you can already see you're starting to slow down on the outer loop stretch near 50. Now, 50 heading eastbound right near Columbia Park Road, you're dealing with another crash, so do watch for that. If you're in Montgomery County off of Great Seneca Highway, watch for a crash near Muddy Branch Road, not causing any issues at this hour. And then Shady Grove Road heading south right near South Frederick Crossing, so that's near 355. You are slowing down. That's off of 270. Speaking of 270, no problems, but as time goes on, do watch for delays right in the Hyattstown area. Ashton Avenue in Manassas, right near Wellington Road, watch for another crash, slowing things down. So that is off of 66. Now, GW Parkway is looking a lot better. So we did have this crash right between the Key Bridge and Spout Run. It's looking like that is clearing up, so you're good to go.
All right, Shanika, thank you. Your time right now is 6:25. The West Virginia legislature moving forward with the bill allowing people to carry concealed handguns on colleges and university campuses. Now, we stopped by Shepherd University in Shepherdstown, West Virginia. That is where we spoke with students and asked them what they thought about the bill potentially being signed into law.
I don't think campus is really a place for guns, to be honest. Just because we can doesn't mean we should.
I think there's pros and cons, but I do understand. I own a firearm as well, you know, and I'm very pro self-defense.
The bill is expected to pass both chambers of the West Virginia legislature and be signed into law by the governor.
And back here in the district, some good news for college students. Metro is launching a new smart trip pass for students to get around. The virtual card called UPass will allow students to use their iPhone or Apple Watch to ride on the train or buses. They can also add the card to their Apple Wallet. For now, only certain schools are participating, and you must be a full-time student to be eligible. All right, your time now is coming up on 6:27 on a Friday.
Yeah, we've got another half of news, weather, and traffic coming up in just a couple minutes. You're watching DC News Now.
It's a foggy start to our Friday, but also